I'm Nicole Karkic, joining you from your National Morning Show.
And I'm Rachel Schoutsen from Toronto's Morning Show. It is Friday today, May the 20th, and to make this Friday even sweeter, Friday of a long weekend.
Exactly, and so maybe you've got today off. You want to know what the weather is as you're heading up to the cottage, the cabin, the lake, or going camping, or just staying at home as well and doing this, getting the barbecue ready.
Oh yeah, we were doing
Those look delicious
that
too.
Looks really good.
I've never thought of that idea.
Very smart.
Inspired. Okay, so while we've got some nice conditions in the east to talk about, here's what the west looks like, Rachel. We've got a lot of rain moving through. Also,
so it's a huge change. We're looking at a soggy pattern in the west, and then temperatures rising for Ontario and Quebec.
Yeah, and it's mostly precipitation free, Rachel. There's a few little things we've got to talk about. Saturday, there is a chance of some showers, but overall, I mean, these temperatures are what we've been waiting for. Finally feeling spring-like, if not summer-like, especially as we head into Tuesday.
You got that. 25 for Toronto. That is the forecast high.
All right, so the question of the day is, when does summer start for you? Is it this weekend?
Are headed to the States. They are going to be following the tornado story. That's all coming up.
That's right. And so this afternoon, if you're stateside, Houston's 29, actually clearing out. That settled as well, Rachel.
Yes, you got that. Now, as we look at our temperatures here into this afternoon, a lot of us into the 20s for the east, and for most, this is going to be our first real taste of that summer weather.
That's right. And you can see those details right now in the long weekend forecast in your locals, as well as more coming up. Stay with us. I'm Nicole Karkic, joining you from your National Morning Show.
And I'm Rachel Schoutsen from Toronto's Morning Show. A very happy Friday to you, and we're now counting down the hours until that long weekend.
Exactly. Summer hours maybe there. Still tracking towards parts of the U.S. Now for the Gulf states, seeing severe weather today.
Yeah, and our storm hunters are actually headed to the alley, so we're going to be checking in with them coming up to enjoy the long weekend, and that's exactly what Michelle Nelson and Kevin Yard have been doing. Good morning, Michelle.
All right, and our Long Ranger takes us after the long weekend to see what's going on. And you know what? If people booked off Tuesday and Wednesday, for that matter, you're looking pretty good with almost summer-like conditions.
You hit the jackpot with these temperatures. Charlottetown warming up to 17, Moncton at 21. So very comfortable, and I'm going to say hot throughout portions of Ontario.
And you know what? It's not listed there, but Rachel, but it does not look to be a big washout. And just a peek here on Thursday.
Just beautiful conditions continue. Now, of course, if you want to connect with us on social media, tell us what you're doing this long weekend. We would love to share in with the fun. Now, here's your local.
Potentially some could be
Happy
severe.
Friday. I'm Nicole Karkic, joining you from your National Morning Show.
Eastwards into Manitoba.
From Toronto's Morning Show, the long weekend is here, and we're looking at some pretty nice conditions, especially for people in Ontario.
That's right. Towards the west, though, a different story. We've got cool temperatures on tap through the weekend. This looks good.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I like chicken burgers a lot, but I also really like pineapple.
Yes, you were saying.
Yeah, pineapple is really good. And I've never tried it, but I was reading online, pizza's really good on the barbecue, too.
Why not? Anything. Let's put it on there. So Saturdays, in terms of your highs, you got Toronto at 20, which is seasonal, Montreal 24, Halifax 23. Enjoy the dry weather on Saturday in the Maritime provinces, Rachel, because by Sunday, that's when rain moves in. And notice it's cooler. Halifax dropping down to 14.
Exactly. Now, as we look ahead at Sunday, still beautiful conditions in through Ontario, in through Quebec as well.
Yeah, and we got a lot of sunshine there from Ontario. Due east for your Monday. So some fireworks are a go. But here's the question today, Rachel. When does summer start for you? All right, and stay tuned right now for your local forecast into the long weekend. Plus, we'll tell you which national parks will see the best weather this weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Karkic from your National Morning Show.
And I'm Rachel Schoutsen from Toronto's Morning Show. We really are counting down the hours now until we get into that long weekend.
Yeah, it's Friday, by the way, in case you didn't notice. As we look at this radar, pretty quiet, Rachel, all the way over towards the Maritime provinces, where we are seeing light rain at this hour for Fredericton over towards PEI. It's fairly light, but for the afternoon.
Could be seeing some thunderstorms into places like Fredericton. 22 degrees is your daytime high. So with some of that extra heat, this could spark off a few storms.
That's right.
But talking about a big story stateside as well, this trough that could spark up some tornadoes, and our hunters are headed to the scene.
That's right. Jacqueline and Mark and George have driven through towards Tornado Alley. We'll get an update on them. But let's check in with Michelle Nelson, who is somewhere where a lot of people are going to be heading this weekend. Joining us in Muskoka. How's it going, Michelle?
Enjoy.
I think she needs to look where she's going.
I don't think Michelle's coming home. She's not coming back. Yesterday she tweeted, she's at the JW Marriott again, and she said, I don't want to come home.
It's beautiful.
It's really nice there.
So nice.
Yeah, I've been there too. It's spectacular.
Awesome.
So on Tuesday, if you've planned your vacation to add on another day.
Yeah. Wednesday and Thursday, slight risk of potentially seeing some thunderstorms.
That's right, but it's going to be feeling like summer. Even on Tuesday, places like Ottawa could get up to 30 degrees. We want to see what you're doing this long weekend. Tweet us your photos and we'll get them on the morning show into next week, and also answer this question on Twitter as well.
It's good out there.
If you are gardening this long weekend, you will have some beautiful conditions to do so in Ontario. This area of high pressure, it comes into play and it stays for the weekend. Some moisture to the extreme south. Niagara, for example, you have a slight risk of seeing some light showers. And then it does look like the next system coming in about midweek. Now, those of you in Atlantic Canada, a little more of a wet forecast, especially Sunday and into Monday. Happy gardening and have a great long weekend. As we look at our storm forecast for today, much of Ontario staying nice and dry, but we do have a cold front moving through Quebec and into northern portions of the Atlantic, and this is where we could see some thunderstorms. So along the Gaspé, for example, also places like Fredericton, 22 degrees is your daytime high, and a risk of some thunderstorms as well. Now, of course, have a safe long weekend, and if you do see the sun, make sure you are wearing sunscreen. The UV index strong for the east.
Good morning. I'm Nicole Karkic from your National Morning Show.
And I'm Rachel Schoutsen from Toronto's Morning Show. A very happy Friday to you. It certainly is the long weekend, and maybe you want to get into some scenes like this. Barbecuing this weekend, some nice sunshine. Oh, this is nice.
Oh, and this looks really tasty. Prosciutto and asparagus. That's a new one.
Very creative.
And you like doing pineapple.
Pineapple, yeah. I actually, someone tweeted me. They said, how do you do your pineapple?
Oh.
So I put a little bit of coconut oil on it.
Okay.
Grill it until you can see those grill marks. It's nice and warm. And then some cinnamon.
Oh, nice. And then
yeah.
just
Then just eat it.
and delicious. I love it. Okay.
Again, but southern Ontario, more than 30 hours. Warm conditions, dry conditions. It's going to be great, especially if you're in cottage country.
Yeah, and as we look to Saturday here, I do want to mention, okay, here's a little hiccup. So a lot of these cities on this map will have clear skies for the fireworks, but we can't say the same thing from the Maritimes due east.
And we can't say the same thing in Texas either. Have a look at some of these scenes. This is from Austin.
All right, they're going to have some fun there.
For sure. Now, if you stay with us here at the Weather Network, this is what's coming up. We've got your local forecast right now, all of your long weekend details, plus we're going to take a look at the national parks, and we've got Share Your Weather coming up on the national side. So right now, your local.